Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Today we have another car reveal for you all, and it's another FCA product, so sorry people who didn't want to see that, but they've got a lot of reveals and they've been doing a lot of live streams lately, and this one's kind of big as well, so I figured, even though I'm a little bit late, I might as well. Now, disclaimer, I've already seen the thing. I already have some thoughts, so the reaction's probably not going to be as good as you were hoping, but at the very least, I'll probably have more thoughts to express in this one. So, we're doing the 2021 Jeep Grand Wagoneer. Let's get into the reaction. Before we actually kick off the watching of the video, though, as I said, I've already seen it. I've been seeing it all morning. I've already got some thoughts. I've already gathered some thoughts. So, this video might be just a little bit short. It might be just a little bit long. I might do a standalone video on top of a podcast where I talk about everything that I like and everything that I dislike about this Grand Wagoneer. But let's get into it. It's a 29-minute video. I already got 7 minutes in earlier, about 2 hours ago. Currently the presenter is talking about Jeep's 4xe. I don't really need to react to the Wrangler part because in fact, at the time that I'm recording this comes after me having recorded the Wrangler 4xe podcast, and the 4xe I'm not too concerned about. It's not unimportant, it's just the Grand Wagoneer takes a little bit of precedence. I think this is still, this is the 4xe still. Was that National Geographic? Oh, proud sponsor of Cosmo. Okay, yeah, that was National. That was Nat Geo. Looks like a regular Wrangler. It is a regular Wrangler except for the powertrain, so not unusual. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I don't like the bird noises. They're actually kind of annoying. 470 pound-feet of torque for the Wrangler 4xe. That at 375 horsepower, you don't need the 5.7 Hemi now. Not from a power standpoint. The 4xe makes the same amount of power, and it makes a lot more torque. What more could you want? I know, obviously, the sound of a V8. I completely agree, but apparently Ralph Gilles is in this presentation, and I haven't seen him in a presentation for a long time, so I'm kind of excited. Oh, it gets 50 mpge! I mean, the MPG itself probably is fairly normal Wrangler, maybe pushing 30, but 50 mpge is not that bad. I haven't seen anyone talk about that, so that's a bit new. I didn't even get to cover that in the podcast, so 0 to 60 in about 6 seconds. That's pretty good for a Wrangler. Once again, something I didn't see in any of the articles that I read on the 4xe. Okay, they're just showing a bunch of B-roll in the electric mode. It's kind of weird seeing a Wrangler like that and nothing. You're hearing nothing. No engine, just tire going over gravel. Okay, I'm glad I didn't skip too far ahead. Okay, I know about this. Okay, plug and play, yeah. I wonder how fast or how long it takes to plug in to charge the batteries. I haven't seen anything about that either. So supposedly the Wrangler 4xe in North America will be available by the end of the year, and for Europe and China early next year. Okay, here we go. I think this is... Let's go back a little bit. I skipped a little bit too far. Okay. Here we go. Here's going to kick off the Grand Wagoneer reveal. No more skips. 13 minutes in. So, they're talking about opening a world that goes far beyond Jeep, a world of elegance and timeless design. Okay, Jeep is expanding into the premium world, which is what the... I don't want to spoil anything, but that I've read a lot of comments talking about that, talking about how the Grand Wagoneer is supposed to signify Jeep moving into kind of the Land Rover territory. They're doing this by bringing an American icon back. There was a Grand Wagoneer? Oh! Talking about the signature wood grain exterior, which I'm going to spoil it right now. The new Grand Wagoneer does not have that. And I've seen, on Jalopnik, Jason Torchitsky, I think I got your name right. If any of you have not seen his polished renderings, you need to, because they're excellent. In fact, I'll probably just pop up a screenshot of the article on screen now. But they look fantastic, and unfortunately, the new Grand Wagoneer doesn't have that, but it would have been a fantastic way of properly tying in the new Grand Wagoneer with the old Grand Wagoneer. Jeep's talking about how they've invented the premium American SUV, which they kind of did. Okay, the Grand Wagoneer's coming. Ralph's going to be coming soon, too. Jeep, the current kind of montage B-rolls talk about how, if you think back in your memories, you probably saw a Grand Wagoneer at your lake house or in the mountains, so on and so forth. Parked at a campsite. Setting out on a family road trip. Maybe your best friend had one, or your neighbors, or if you're lucky, your own family, or if you're even luckier, even pass it on to you. American Premium returns. Okay, so where is it? I'm waiting for Ralph, buddy. Where are you at? I'm waiting. There it is. Okay, it looks better in the video. Although, okay, still not perfect. Not perfect though, but I'm liking it. I'm liking it more than I have been for most of the morning. Those wheels, man, they're just massive. They're 24 inches. Those brakes are tiny though, in relation to the wheels. They're 24-inch rims. The 24-inch wheels. They're just gargantuan. Okay, the Grand Wagoneer is not going to put in his own words, for almost verbatim, the Grand Wagoneer is not going to be just another Jeep SUV. So it comes from the same roots and experience, but it's going to evolve into something new, distinctive, and unique. Because the customer is different, which is very true. The values are different. Okay, so the current press guy, I completely missed his name, I'm really sorry, is talking about how a normal Jeep driver would rather, go on trails, go off-road, go camping, that sort of thing. Whereas the Wagoneer customer, or at the very least the Grand Wagoneer customer, would rather go golfing, at the finest courses, or go cruising in their sailboat. Which I can kind of understand, and that's kind of true of Land Rover owners as well. So the typical Jeep is fun and capability, whereas with the Wagoneer, it's style and comfort. Jeep stands for freedom, adventure, and passion. Wagoneer means timeless design, authenticity, refined sophistication. Okay, the thing about authenticity, Jeep also, what was the Halsey song? Because they did the commercial with Halsey and saying, oh, I like to be authentic and blah, blah. Jeep already used the authentic the authentic emotion before. This isn't just a Wagoneer trait, and it's not something that it's not an emotion that Jeep hasn't relied on in the past. So to try and differentiate it now and say, oh, it's almost like saying, okay, Jeep's not about that when they very clearly are, is just kind of strange. So he's saying that if Jeep was a house, it'd be a cabin in the wood, and it's a gorgeous log cabin house. Wagoneer is a glass house on the ocean. So Jeep would be Jackson Hole if it was a city, and then Wagoneer would be New York. Okay, making a bunch of similarities to what Jeep is and then what Wagoneer is. So they're really trying to push the point home that Wagoneer is for a different customer. It's not for your Wrangler types or Grand Cherokee Trailhawk types. The Wagoneer is a very, very different car for a very, very different customer, and that makes sense to me. However, I can't help but offer this counterpoint. Land Rover stands for very similar qualities. Land Rover goes after a very similar... In fact, they are the only people largely going after the customer base that they are. But they still didn't sacrifice their off-road capability. One of their fundamental signifiers that makes a Land Rover a Land Rover. And so, to me, getting rid of any capability that the Wagoneer has, especially making it less capable than a Land Rover, just doesn't make as much sense to me. It would seem that they're trying to go after Cadillac. They're trying to go after Cadillac with the Escalade, the Tahoe, and the Yukon, which makes sense. But because they're Jeep, and because this is a full-size SUV, doesn't it then also kind of go after the Land Rover Discovery? And because of that, again, I can't help but think, should you have really gotten rid of all your off-road capability? Was that a smart decision? I don't think it was. People are inevitably going to make Land Rover comparisons between this and obviously the Land Rovers. So Jeep needs to do a darn good job distinguishing themselves as If they're not going after Land Rover, they need to do a darn good job distinguishing themselves as not, at the very least, distinguishing the Wagoneer as not a Land Rover competitor and more of an Escalade and so on competitor. That's what they need to do, because that's the only proper way to justify why they didn't focus, it would seem, at all on off-road capability. Oh no. Okay. They're saying that, in their mind, Wagoneer will become a portfolio of SUVs. So basically, Wagoneer is going to become the new Imperial. Remember Chrysler's Imperial brand? Yeah. Or the Avenger from Buick? That's what the Wagoneer is going to become. Sort of like the Mustang Mach-E, right? That's apparently the reason why Grand Wagoneer is coming back to life. So, let's keep watching. Well, no, I gotta say this right now. That worries me. Wagoneer becoming more than just this handful of SUVs worries me, because what products are Chrysler getting? Is Chrysler going to get any products beyond the 300, which is going to die soon, and the Pacifica? They need products. They need something. Or are you just going to ship it all off to Jeep? If Jeep is now the luxury SUV brand, or at the very least, if the Wagoneer sub-brand is now the luxury SUV brand, what does that leave Chrysler? Because even Jeep has low-level CUVs now with the Renegade and the Compass. Chrysler has nothing. I've tried to stay optimistic for many years and not buy into the, oh, they're killing off Chrysler, Chrysler's going to die, and all that talk. But the more moves FCA make that are like this, the more and more it's easier to believe that they're eventually going to kill Chrysler. They're not giving them any products, and they're not giving them any unique character or niche to play with. I really wish that they brought back Imperial for Chrysler. So we could have an Imperial 300 and whatnot. That would have been awesome. A proper Cadillac rival. Because here's the thing. The Escalade isn't really made to go off-road like a Land Rover is. So, to that end, giving Chrysler, even if their highest up model was called Imperial and they made that a sub-brand, that it would make more sense to give the Grand Wagoneer or Chryslerized version to them for that reason. That would have made more sense. That way the Grand Wagoneer could still have some level of some off-road capability still left. So if people wanted the more on-road focused one, they could get the Chrysler. If they wanted the more off-road focused one and the more true to the nameplate vehicle, they could get the Grand Wagoneer or the Wagoneer. But FCA is just giving all of their models over to Jeep, and that's very worrying. Oh boy. Ooh, what's the one in China? What do they call it? The Grand Commander or something like that? From the side? Oh boy, it looks almost exactly the same. Oh, they got some onyx glass on the instrument panel. That's cool. Oh, genuine heat-treated laced wood. What was the natural raw aluminum? I like that. And some recyclable microfiber suede. Ooh, the interior is the best part about this. That's for darn sure, though. Say what you will about the exterior, but there is no denying that they nailed it with the interior. It is fantastic. Their best interior to date. Oh, they have a Thrive fiber as well, whatever that means. Okay, they're saying, don't let the beauty of this Grand Wagoneer concept fool you. It can pull, it can climb, it can tow. Okay. That gives me some hope, but not much. Okay, you have quadra-lift air suspension. Okay. 3 4-wheel drive systems and independent front and rear suspension. That gives me more hope. That gives me a lot more hope. I'm just hoping they haven't forgotten all of their off-roading prowess in the Wagoneer. Unmatched towing. We'll have to wait and see about that. Powerful performance. Tech safety and connectivity. Oh, it has a hybrid electric powertrain. Woo! Good. Okay, probably 4xe to some degree. Ooh! The Grand Wagoneer... Wait. Oh! Oh! What? How do you drop a bomb like that? Okay. Oh, okay. So, it was just said that the Wagoneer and the Grand Wagoneer are going to be built in Metro Detroit. Where's the Wagoneer? Where's the normal one? Because this is the Grand Wagoneer, so where's the just Wagoneer? Oh, that's a bomb, man. You dropped that so nonchalantly, too. I like that it's going to be built in Metro Detroit, though. That's cool. So what's the Wagoneer then? And when is it coming out? It's going to be built at Warren. Production's going to start next year. My boy! My boy! There's Ralph. Let's go. Come on. Need you to give me a little bit more hope, man. Although he's probably just going to talk about the styling, which makes sense, but... Let's go. Oh, it's been so long. Oh. Already started with the Easter eggs. Oh, here's an old Grand Wagoneer. The passenger gets their own. The passenger gets their own touchscreen. That's so cool. It's a lot like the Ferraris, except with the Ferraris, it's basically just rev counter and gear. Whereas this, it's like another tablet. So they're calling it a co-pilot screen. I like that. Okay, so the passenger could do the navigation and then swipe it over to the driver. That's a great idea. That's very cool. They put the Aurora Borealis in the Grand Wagoneer. It's called Relax Mode. And so it gets all the mood lighting, and then you get the Aurora Borealis on top of all the screens. So in the gauge cluster, the what looks to be a 10-point-something inch touchscreen, and then the co-pilot screen. That's cool. That's very nice. That's a great touch. Okay, the Grand Wagoneer uses the Uconnect 5 system. Not a massive surprise. Wow, they worked with Macintosh? Okay. Oh, and it's for the sound. That's cool. Nice. I wonder how many more Jeep models we're going to get in the next 5 years. So that was a bit of a bomb that the presenter posted or said during the live stream, that there's a Wagoneer and a Grand Wagoneer. It's just that we only have the Wagoneer so far. So what the normal Wagoneer is going to look like. Part of me hopes that it'll be better, but considering the way that they're trying to differentiate Jeep and its sub-brand Wagoneer, I'm not that hopeful. Unfortunately, I am not that hopeful. But so, in short, my thoughts are of the design. The interior, the best FCA design or FCA interior we've ever seen. I mean, maybe not for long, but as of right now, I'm gonna drop my pen. As of right now, it absolutely is. It's gorgeous. It's the best interior they have ever done. Hats off to the FCA interior design team. Way to prove that you can do it. Way to prove that you can stick it with the big boys. The exterior, my thoughts summed up are this. As a Jeep model, it's pretty fine. Kind of looks like a Commander, but much better. So, whatever. As a Wagoneer, though, it's a letdown. It doesn't look enough like the old Wagoneer. And I know that sounds like a very stick in the mud thing to say, like, what? These were better in the old days, but if you're gonna call something like that Wagoneer, like Bronco, you darn better make sure it looks like it, and that's just not quite the case here. Not enough, anyway. So, as a normal Jeep model, it's completely fine. It looks fantastic, but as a Wagoneer, it's a letdown. I'm sorry, that's how I feel. It's a letdown. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all next time. I don't have much to say here, to be honest. Things have kind of happened since when I first initially did that and when I'm recording this now. But anyway, actually, if you did enjoy, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the little notification bell and then all notifications. That way you'll be notified every time I upload. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you next time.